and this is WWE Off The Script, episode number 36, part number 2 for your Saturday morning. And you know, if you're seeing Off The Script in your sub boxes, I hope most of you are, that it's going to be a good weekend, man. Thank you guys so much for joining me this Saturday, wherever you may be, for the number one source in all of YouTube.com for WWE news and rumors. Off The Script, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new, subscribe. What the fuck are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. If you guys know what I do here on a weekly basis, if you know what goes on here on Off The Script, then please enjoy. I got a lot of news to cover this Saturday morning. A lot of Diva news. So if you guys are fans of the WWE Divas, if you're fans of Total Divas, I got news on everything regarding the women's division in WWE, all right? I also want to let you guys know that I will be reviewing Hell in the Cell immediately as it goes off the air right here on YouTube.com on my channel. You should have a review hit your sub boxes around 12 midnight. I will get to work on that immediately. So if you guys want to know what I thought of all the big happenings at Hell in the Cell, I will be reviewing it right here on my channel, so do not miss it, okay? If you guys missed Off The Script yesterday, big news on Brock Lesnar. Current plans for WWE. Do they want him at Survivor Series? Or will they hold him off until the Royal Rumble? What route is WWE going to go? What storylines are they coming up with, potentially, for Brock Lesnar? What is going to happen with the WWE Championship now and until the Royal Rumble? I fill it all in for you guys on part 1 if you missed it. Link is down below in the description. Make sure to check that out at some point this weekend, all right? Number 2, Chair Shot Reality. Labar, Eisenberg, and Ghoulish. Your number 1 talk show on the internet when it comes to professional wrestling, spreading the reality of the wrestling business. They got new shows every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for you guys. Make sure you go check them out. If you don't know who I'm talking about, shame on you. Chair Shot Reality at WrestleZone.com. Their homepage is linked down below. Also, they have a YouTube page. All the exclusive clips you will not see on WrestleZone.com will be uploaded to Chairshot Reality on YouTube.com. Make sure you go subscribe to those guys and tell them JD from NY sent you over there. Show those guys some love. They certainly deserve it. Number 3, WrestleRumble.com. If you guys are going to be watching Hell in a Cell with me, obviously, it would be awesome if we could all win some money, right? I'm going to be watching and I'm going to be entering in WrestleRumble.com. Put your knowledge to the fucking test and guess the winners and guess the length of each match at Hell in the Cell this coming Sunday. First prize is $500. You know I want $500 in my pocket, man. That would be fucking great. Second prize gets $100. Third prize gets $50. Fourth and fifth place gets a free t-shirt from ProWrestlingTees.com. Still a great prize. So if you guys want to win some fucking cash, go to WrestleRumble.com. Fill out the questionnaire there. You will be entered into the poll. Obviously, you got to pay to play. It's great. I'm entering in it, so you guys should do the same. Let's all have some fun with this lackluster, low-effort pay-per-view that we're going to be watching on Sunday called Hell in a Cell. It's going to be great, and it's an awesome opportunity to win some cash prizes. So go and check those guys out. Great fucking guys. Fans of the show here. I'm fans of them, helping them out. It's all for a good cause, all right? So go check that shit out, WrestleRumble.com. Put your knowledge to the test. I'm going to be doing it. I want you guys to be doing it as well. And last but certainly not least, I should say, Joe Cronin Show. Go check him out if you guys want additional wrestling content right here on YouTube.com. Go show him some love as well. Links to his YouTube and his Twitter are down below in the description. I do it for you guys, man. I fill you guys all in on all the shit you may miss, that you may not be aware of. I fill it in for you guys. That's what I'm here for. Now, let's get to the meat and fucking potatoes of this video. We got news and rumors, all right? I got news and rumors on Paige and Alicia Fox being on the next season of Total Divas. Why isn't AJ Lee on Total Divas? Why don't the WWE want to include AJ Lee on Total Divas? I hope they would never, because it would ruin her fucking image. Total Divas is a fucking waste. And I'm being completely honest with you guys. I watched the show merely because my girlfriend likes to watch the show. So, obviously you got Daniel Bryan on there, you got John Cena on there. Having the male guys on there, the male wrestlers on there, makes it a little bit more watchable, okay? But, it's really, really getting scripted. It just feels scripted. You know it's scripted, being that it's a reality-based TV show. The first season was okay. It felt okay. It didn't feel too scripted. Now, with what you're watching with Natty and Tyson Kidd, it just all feels so scripted, man. And then I'm reading next season that John Cena and Nikki Bella are going to go through a breakup. Give me a fucking break. This is what I'm hearing about Total Divas right now. Paige and Alicia Fox will be featured on the next season of WWE Total Divas. That begins in January 2015. It's going to be great to see Paige on Total Divas. I will admit that. Okay, Figure4WrestlingOnline.com, F4WOnline.com, reports that WWE Divas Champion AJ Lee is not being added to the cast because, and get this, folks, this should come as no fucking shock, she is married to CM Punk. The only main roster divas who are not on the show now are AJ, Emma, Lana, Lillian Garcia, if you consider her a diva, Eden, who's married to Cody Rhodes, a.k.a. Stardust, Renee Young, and Tamina Snuka. Total Divas is adding Paige and Alicia Fox to the show, like I previously mentioned. The impression given is that Summer Rae and Naomi will not be a big part of the show going forward. The deal for next year is that they will have a feud with the old Total Divas against the new Total Divas, with Natalya as the peacemaker. I have no words, man. I really have no words. I have no opinion to give you guys on this topic. I really don't. I really don't. Old Divas versus Total Divas, the new Total Divas. Old versus new. Am I supposed to be excited about this? Are you guys fucking getting goosebumps about this potential feud? I don't know. I hope not. I doubt it, but let me continue on. The new Divas, okay, would consist of Rosa Mendez, Alicia Fox, and Paige. The original Total Divas would consist of the Bella Twins and Cameron, okay, who I can't stand. In and out of the ring, by the way. Then, the Bella Twins split up on the show. In all of the storylines that they're teasing, Naomi and Summer Rae are not mentioned, so they could be off the show. If not, then they are at least going to be downplayed on the program. It was reported this past week that WWE Divas Champion AJ Lee isn't being added to the Total Divas cast because of her marriage to Mr. Phil Brooks, a.k.a. CM Punk. While that is an obvious issue when it comes to filming her personal life, a source noted that AJ actually turned down the spot on the show when the first season was being planned. She didn't want any part of Total Divas. AJ is known for being private and somewhat distant backstage, and the idea of cameras following her around all the time didn't fit who she was. Speaking of Mr. CM Punk, there were multiple reports of CM Punk fans' signs being taken away at Monday's Raw in Kansas City. PW Insider reached out to a WWE source to ask about this, and were told that the relations between Punk and WWE are not good at all. It was also said that WWE is probably going to be going out of their way to make sure nobody is bringing attention to the fact that CM Punk is no longer with the company. I have no opinion on Total Divas, okay? That is the reason why AJ Lee is not on Total Divas. We all knew this because WWE doesn't want her private life being filmed, especially if she's married to Mr. CM Punk. On top of that, AJ is a very private person. She doesn't want to be in front of the camera. She doesn't want to be a star, man. She just wants to go to work. She wants to do her thing. She wants to do her thing the best that she possibly can. She wants to defend the title on a nightly basis and just go home. That's all she wants to do. I would be the same way, man. I'm the same way now. I go to work, I do my thing, I come home. I don't mingle, I don't talk. I'm in my own little bubble, and that's what AJ Lee likes to do. I respect that very much because I'm the same way, okay? And I'm sure some of you guys are that same way as well. But CM Punk fans, and their signs being taken away, man, this is fucking ridiculous. And how many times have I reported something like this happening? WWE, you can't silence the fans, man. If they want something, if they want someone to be pushed, if they miss somebody, if they want someone back on TV, if they're going to be upset and displeased with something, they will let you know. They will let you know. Freedom of speech cannot be contained that way, man. You can't do that. I don't give a shit who you are. You're going to turn people off from the product if this continues. And it doesn't only happen with CM Punk. It happens with John Cena's signs, too. John Cena's signs being taken away because they're making fun of John Cena, because people don't like John Cena and people want to express their opinion. What good is it if we can't express our opinions? I don't like hearing shit like that, but I'm going to let you guys know that Sean's View actually had a video tonight. You guys are going to be seeing this on Saturday, so when you see this, it will be yesterday, okay? He had a video about a report saying that this whole CM Punk WWE thing is a work, or it's fake, and that it's all planned. Like the WWE is in cahoots with CM Punk, and this is going to be the biggest storyline of all time. That this could be the biggest swerve ever. Now, I haven't found any news articles on that. If I do, I will report it immediately on part 3 tomorrow. But he's reporting that there is a huge possibility of WWE and CM Punk, possibly working together and having this whole thing be staged. I don't know about that, man. I would love for it to be staged. There's a small part of me that actually thinks it is, because I don't think CM Punk would be doing this. I don't see CM Punk as that kind of guy. I really don't. To turn fans away, after the fans made him, all these articles about him being at a Chicago Blackhawks game or a Chicago Cubs game, and he's fucking laughing at fans and turning fans down and not, embracing his audience. What does he expect if he goes out to a Chicago Blackhawks game? That nobody's going to fucking recognize who he is? If you go to Wrigley Field and start singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game during the 7th inning stretch, you're not going to be fucking, looked upon as a huge star? CM Punk announcing, here's CM Punk singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game at Wrigley Field. Come on, man. So there's a small part of me that actually does think this is staged, that it's all fucking, one big fucking ha-ha. I don't know, man. I want to believe it. I want to believe that it is. But I'm going to do some research and see if I can find anything on that. But that's what he reported yesterday. And I wanted to mention that because I talked about CM Punk here. But CM Punk fan signs being taken away, that's not good. AJ Lee does not want to be on Total Divas. WWE doesn't want Total Divas with AJ Lee because of CM Punk. And Alicia Fox and Paige will be the new Total Divas starting in January 2015. Old Divas versus New Divas, please grab me a fucking pillow. And maybe a sledgehammer to knock me out, because I don't want to see anything regarding fucking a feud with old divas and new divas on WWE TV. We see it bad enough with what's going on right now. I don't want to see any more cheesiness on WWE programming. Moving on, more Divas news. Listen to this. We got Mickie James interested in a WWE return. According to reports in social media activity, former WWE's and Divas champion Mickie James is interested in a return to WWE. James is returning to the ring on November 30th, which will be the first time since giving birth to her child in September. Following James' departure from TNA earlier this year, she visited the WWE Performance Center in Orlando as a coach of the day. Many of the female NXT superstars praised James and the interaction that they had with her, especially on Twitter. Recently, James has been retweeting many, if not all, fans petitioning for her return to WWE as soon as she can. She also shared fan sentiment in regards to James' country music career, which began soon after her initial departure in 2010. According to rumor, one of the reasons James actually left WWE to begin with in 2010 was because she wanted to pursue music outside of the WWE bubble, which didn't work out for neither the company or her. James left and signed with TNA Wrestling, all the while kicking off a decent country career, releasing multiple albums over the last 4 years. James claims that she will be working on coming back to WWE to save the Divas division from the Divas like AJ Lee, Paige, Alicia Fox, and etc. That is big news, okay? That's the kind of Divas news I want to be reporting to you guys, not this other bullshit about Total Divas. Mickie James back in WWE would be phenomenal, okay? She's great in the ring. She's got an incredible look, okay? She knows what she's doing. She could be a mentor to the younger Divas, and she could just bring some type of legitimacy back to the division that, AJ Lee can't do everything on her own. Paige can't do everything on her own. WWE's not utilizing Natty the way that they should. You got Charlotte Flair down in NXT. Alicia Fox has come into her own and really needs to maintain just a kick-ass gimmick, okay? None of this bullshit going crazy, drinking soda and fucking spilling soda all over herself and just acting like a psychopath at ringside. That didn't interest me, man. I'm more into Alicia Fox when she just goes out there, does what she's got to do, kicks ass, and that's it. And she's a decent wrestler, man. She has come leap and bounds better than what we've known of her in the past. But adding Mickie James to the WWE's Diva division would be phenomenal. It's a recognizable name. I'm sure everybody will recognize who she is, new and old of the WWE Universe. And it's just going to bring legitimacy and some kind of excitement back to the division that has been missing, that has been absent for quite some time. AJ and Paige, like I said, can't do it on their own. This would be great. So I hope WWE is listening. I hope when the papers are ready, and if WWE wants to offer her papers, that they actually do, and Mickie James comes back to the WWE, man. It should be exciting. I will definitely keep you guys updated on that if I hear anything regarding Mickie James and a return to the WWE. I've noted many times about Vince McMahon being concerned about the WWE roster depth, okay? It was reported this week by a source that Vince feels the company is at its lowest overall star power in years, and he's committed to fighting those issues with more. Get this. This is what Vince thinks needs to be done to combat the low roster depth, okay? He is fighting these issues with more special appearances, okay? This is why Mick Foley made a surprise return this week. Hulk Hogan was booked 2 weeks in a row, and The Rock made his return a few weeks back in Brooklyn. Word is that we can expect to see a lot more of Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan making special appearances. Vince has fell off the fucking wagon. He has knocked himself senseless, and he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing or talking about. This is not the way to fight those issues. Flair and Hogan, is that the answer to your fucking low roster depth? You got guys in NXT. Now, I don't condone bringing the guys up from NXT if you don't have a solid plan in place. If you don't have a solid plan in place, they will drown before you even give them a boat to fucking float on, okay? Or a raft to float on. You don't want that. You got to bring these guys up with a plan in place. You got the talent down there, but Vince, and I've said this many times, he can only look himself in the mirror and be, displeased with what he's seeing in that mirror that's looking back at him. It's his fault. It's his fault that the roster depth is where it's at right now. He refuses to push new stars, and I've mentioned this several weeks in a row now. He refuses to push new stars or make new stars when he's got a whole mid-card, a sea of mid-card guys ready to break out into the main event scene. Barrett, Ziggler, etc., Cesaro, Sheamus. You got Rusev. He is not committed to making new stars with what he has on the roster right now. This is what I said on Monday Night Raw. Orton, Cena, Lesnar, and that promo by Paul Heyman struck me, and it spoke to me. And what I read from that, or what I took away from that, is that when Heyman mentioned Lesnar, Cena, and Orton, those guys were on top of the mountain 10 years ago. You fast forward to now, present day, those guys are still at the top of the mountain. That's a problem. That is a huge fucking problem. You're not going to combat these issues with Foley, Hogan, and Flair. These guys are not active performers, man. The Rock, how many times are you going to see The Rock back on WWE TV this year? 0. That was it. How many times have you seen The Rock make a return to WWE TV? This was the only time this year. 1. You can't bank on The Rock and Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan and Mick Foley. That's not the answer to this, man. You know, I understand injuries have crippled WWE in the past, and, you know, these injuries are really devastating to the roster. I understand that. But Vince had all the time in the world to make new stars out of what he has right now on the roster, but he refuses to do so. He only makes new stars and pushes guys that are in the mid-card to upper-level spots, to main event spots, is because he's forced to, due to injury. If Bryan and Reigns were not hurt and 100% healthy, if CM Punk was still on the roster and he didn't quit, do you think Ambrose would be in the spot he's in now? No. No, not at all. Would Rusev be getting the push he's getting now? No. You know, we may have seen Rusev next year get this type of push, not now. Vince only pushes new guys when he's forced to, and that's the fucking problem. He doesn't know what he's got on the roster until shit hits the fan and he's forced to make new stars like he's doing with Ambrose, like he's doing with Seth Rollins. That's it. And that's the truth. That's the bottom line. I don't want to hear anything else regarding Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon is considered a genius, but, you know, when it comes down to it, he doesn't know what he's got, and he's not listening to the audience. The product is suffering for more than one reason, and he really needs to take a step back and just take a look at the overall product and see what's going on. I don't think he's done that. He's set in his ways. It looks like he's set in his ways, and he's going to be set in his ways, and he's going to do what he wants. It's all about building the network and making the sponsors happy and making USA happy. That's all he cares about. Everything else is secondary, and that's the wrong way to go about it, you know. But who the fuck am I? I'm just giving you my opinion on that. So that is not the answer. Flair, Foley, and Hogan, Rock, and all these other part-timers, they are not the answer to fixing WWE's roster depth, okay? News on The Undertaker. Undertaker, who was visiting WWE Performance Center this week in Orlando, attended Thursday's NXT tapings and told people he will be assisting the developmental program as an advisor for the younger guys down there. Word is going around the company is that he will be going to the center in Orlando on a limited basis to help out and offer advice to the younger guys down there. That is absolutely phenomenal. If you are an NXT superstar on the up and up and trying to make your way to the main roster and you're getting advice from The Undertaker, that's fucking unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Undertaker giving advice to the younger guys. That's going to be his new role on a limited time basis down in NXT. I got news on Dean Ambrose. The current plan for Dean Ambrose is to have him keep using the double arm DDT as his finisher instead of the headlock DDT, and to keep calling it Dirty Deeds. Whatever. Okay? Figured I'd give you guys that little piece of information. Renee Young continues to receive high praise from WWE officials and her co-workers. It was reported a few months back that Renee's work could likely have her end up on Raw or SmackDown eventually, but there's a feeling now that she could end up on the Blue or Red show sooner rather than later. I like Renee Young. She could provide some a new feel to both SmackDown or Raw. I would much rather see Renee Young instead of JBL or Jerry the King Lawler at this point, or Cole for that matter. All three of them, by the way, are fucking dreadful at what they do. I'm not a fan of any one of them, but Renee Young doing a great job. Keep up the good work. There's been a lot of speculation about what WWE has planned for Bray Wyatt going forward. A source notes that a big restart is on the books for Wyatt, and we can expect to see him working at the top of the card. I certainly hope so. WWE may be doing a 10-person match at Survivor Series with Team Nikki versus Team Brie at Survivor Series, according to F4W Online. I don't give a flying fuck. Plain and simple. Bad news, Barrett is said to be progressing very well and is expected back in the ring from shoulder surgery very soon. The same was said about Ryback, Darren Young, and Curtis Axel. They should all be back very soon. All right? WWE Champion Brock Lesnar was not scheduled for either Survivor Series or TLC as of this past weekend. I know I reported last weekend that WWE may have Lesnar work Survivor Series, but as of right now, he is not scheduled for either of those events. WWE officials are in talks regarding more TV dates for Mr. Lesnar to build up to his 2015 Royal Rumble Championship match. And that is going to be it for Off the Script Part 2, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Like I said, if you're new, subscribe. What the fuck are you waiting for? This is your number one source for all WWE news and rumors right here on YouTube.com. I will be back with part 3. Hopefully I can find some CM Punk news on that story that Sean's View Entertainment reported. But I got news on CM Punk regardless tomorrow. It's going to be the top story. Chris Jericho calling out CM Punk for what he has done. This time he's been away. He's ignoring everybody. Jericho considers Punk a friend. He tried reaching out to Punk and he got ignored. Punk was called out by Jericho. I will have the full exclusive details about what Jericho said about CM Punk and what he said to CM Punk, regarding all this situation. I got news on Randy Orton as well. What Randy Orton tells creative when he's unhappy with the current direction of his character. And finally, I got news on Rey Mysterio. If anyone fucking cares about Rey Mysterio, he's not with the WWE any longer. I got full exclusive details about what happened with him and WWE and where Rey Mysterio is now, if you guys don't already know. He's not with WWE. He's in AAA in Mexico. I will give you guys the full story according to Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer. So that is all lined up for part 3 tomorrow on Off the Script, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like on your way out the door. Greatly helps out my channel. Follow me on Twitter at JD206. And I will see you guys on part 3 Sunday, Hell in a Cell, for WWE Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.